Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I'm going to take on a bit of a transplanting project. As I mentioned in my weekly garden tour, decided I'm going to go ahead and dig out the muhly grass that's in this bed and get it transplanted up to the bed out by the road. But to do that, I have to transplant some Carex first to go under the live oak. So I've created kind of a big process for the simple task that I couldn't stop buying plants. And I have this group of salvia and agastache that I would like to get planted into this perennial pocket bed. So I am gonna go ahead and get my shovel, get my tools, and get started because we have a big storm coming and I want to take advantage of the rain, getting everything kind of well established. Fingers crossed we do get rain, because if not, I'm gonna definitely be dragging some hoses. All right, so I hope you'll enjoy this process. It does seem like a lot of effort for not a lot of plants, but well, I've committed to it, so I'm gonna do it. All right, I'm gonna start right here. See, these Carex cherrycanthus are really off color. They're not real happy. This is way too hot, way too dry, way too sunny. Lots of way too manys. So I'm gonna start here, and then you see I've got muhly grass out here already, and then I'm gonna probably really dive into this area where, again, the Carex lurida here just isn't looking as good as it could, and this should give me plenty of room to be able to tuck in some more muhly grasses and really give this bed some better depth, so it'll look more interesting in the autumn when the muhly grasses are blooming. Well, there's certainly nothing but opportunity here, and because I already have Carex cherrycanthus well established under this live oak, I figured, what do I have to lose just to fill out the rest of the square footage? You know, 5 years ago when this live oak was much smaller, I could actually grow poppies under here, but it is way too shady now, and to be honest, I don't want to have to mulch it, and I don't want to have to keep weeding. Of course, I'm never going to be done weeding oak trees out, because that is your destiny when you plant native oaks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this stuff that I had just dug out transplanted, and then I'm gonna start digging out the muhly grass to see how much more I need to dig from that other bed. It's definitely a process. Well, there's certainly room for more, but I'm gonna go ahead and transplant the muhly grasses and get those put in where these came out, and then we'll reevaluate if I need to go ahead and dig more Carex out. I think the main shock here is the size and color. You can see how nice and deep green the Carex cherrycanthus is here where it wants to be, compared to the color of it growing out in full sun with not enough water. I think these are gonna be really, really happy in their new home. I think the Carex lurida is really gonna take off. You can see I've gotten a lot more muhly grass planted over here, and actually transplanted a couple more golden sword yucca, and then I got only 2 transplanted in here to the middle, but I think they'll be good. And I got some solidago with this one. You see the solidago is wilting pretty badly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and actually give that a hard chop. Well, in case you can't tell, it's like 1,000% humidity. It's not that it's really that hot, it's just, it's really humid. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we do in fact have a rainstorm, because these beds are made out of all sand. And if we don't get rain, I definitely need to water what I've transplanted. But this part should be easy. You can see these are in these cute little, what I call rose pots. And this is gonna take no time at all. I did buy 3 of each kind, so I'm gonna generally try and clump them together. And well, it'll be fun to watch this bed grow out. There's like one plant that I know I should transplant, but I'm not going to because I don't have the energy. Is this monster Silphium, which I don't know what possessed me to put here. Literally right on the edge of the bed. It gets outrageously tall, but you can see it's about to bloom. And well, just learn from my mistakes, y'all. Don't put giant plants like that in such a silly place. And so I have it as a reference. Here's what I planted. Danielle's Dream, Salvia leucantha, Cool Cream, Salvia leucantha. No, Cool Cream, Salvia microphylla. I planted 2, oh, here we go. Midnight, Salvia leucantha. And then 3 hybrid agastaches, Rupestris mexicana, and then a Salvia gregii, a Salvia hybrid, and Roman Red, which is definitely another hybrid salvia. So they're all kind of loosely native. They're going to be great summer flowers. And you know what? If they don't overwinter, that really doesn't matter. The main goal here was to get the pink muhly grass out, the pink and white muhly grass out that I like to burn, put it in a place where it's safer to burn it down in January. Well, I'm not sure if taking my hair down was an improvement, but I did leave 3 Muhlenbergia in the bed. And they are strategically placed sort of on the outer side. And that was mostly because I didn't have room in that other bed to transplant them. And I'd still like to have some grass in here. The main thing is I need it to not be right up on this cork oak, because the cork oak did not tolerate last year's burning at all. We had to cut a ton of branches off. And well, I still want to be able to burn the muhly grass down. Just want to be able to do it more safely. What I think I might end up doing for these muhlies is cutting them back to some degree and then burning them, so there isn't as much material so that the flames don't go up as high. But there's no question the muhly responds to burn really well. And I've had some people ask me about cutbacks on muhly, and I've lost literally hundreds of Muhlenbergia over the 25 years of living in North Carolina from doing winter cutbacks, because their stems are hollow and they hold water, and then they rot out. And so burning in mid-January, you don't have any of that hollow thatch left, which is really the important component there. And that's why they've been perennializing so well since I've started the burn method. Well, I do look forward to sharing updates with you on how all these things take. Fingers crossed we get a significant amount of rain. It certainly feels like it should rain because it is so humid and I am completely covered in gnats. And if you live in the South, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, everybody, as always, thanks so much for watching and happy gardening. Well, you guys, I'm feeling pretty good because we are getting a proper rain, and I'm really happy I got that transplanting job done. Thank you, weather.